Welcome to the Grow Your Law Firm podcast, brought to you by PILMA. This podcast helps lead lawyers to more growth, profit, and freedom. Here is your legal marketing expert and host, Ken Hardison.
Hey, Grow Your Law Firm listeners. This is Gracie House with PILMA. If you're serious about growing your law firm this year, you need to be at PILMA's 2026 Summit. This is 3.5 days of deep dive content on marketing, management, and AI built specifically for personal injury law firms. We're talking our biggest agenda ever with dedicated tracks for law firm owners, COOs, intake teams, marketing, and AI implementation. So whether you're scaling your firm or leveling up your team, there's something here for you. And because you're a Grow Your Law Firm listener, we've got a special offer. Use code 26SSGROW at checkout to get 10% off your registration, specifically for Grow Your Law Firm listeners. You can grab the link and code right below in the show notes. Spots are filling up fast, so don't wait. Grab your ticket and we'll see you at the summit.
Hey, it's Jenna, Membership Growth Advisor with PILMA. If you're serious about growing your law firm this year, don't miss your chance to book a free law firm growth strategy session with me. We'll break down what's holding you back, identify the biggest opportunities in your firm, and map out the next steps to accelerate your growth. No pressure, just real strategy and direction tailored to you. Click the link in the show notes to schedule your free session.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Grow Your Law Firm. And today we have the privilege and honor of having Monty Cain with the Monty Cain Law Firm. And I want to let you tell about your firm, where you're at and everything, and introduce this lovely young lady to our viewers and listeners.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate you having us on. This Cain Law, we're based in Oklahoma City. We have two offices, one North Oklahoma City and one in Tulsa, and then one in South Oklahoma City. We're 12 attorneys, about 50 staff total. We use some offshore too as well. And, we really concentrate on trucking litigation and brain injury litigation is kind of our niche. Anyway, we've brought Payton, who's sitting to my right here with us recently, and 4 or 5 months or so, and she's really been doing a great job. We can have somebody specific for marketing. In the past, myself and another attorney were trying to handle it. And I'm an old guy, and the social media space was not something I was very good at. So anyway, she's been doing a great job for us on that. And then, we're also trying to get out our tagline, which we trademarked a while back on "In Pain, Call Cain." So it's very catchy, and we've been having great success with that. With billboards and then also on the social media and rolling that out. But this is Payton, and she's can kind of tell us a little bit about what she's done on the social media. I know we started this, just a month or so ago, and she's had a couple of really big, as far as going viral, I guess is the term they use. I'm not real familiar with all that. So I'll let you kind of explain some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have been consistently posting even before I got here. So that was really cool to see the foundation had already been built. Our billboards had already been pretty successful before I stepped in. And then even some things on the back end as far as our website was just growing pretty rapidly. And so social media is kind of where I saw a little bit of a gap in people my age, especially who are consistently getting into car accidents just like any other age group. And I just found that what a great opportunity. It's essentially free advertising, free marketing. And I just think it's a great opportunity just for work culture too. I think everyone has fun with it. It's just a fun way to get everyone engaged. I found that people really respond well to the young attorneys in the office. Just for other people that are watching, maybe not even in Oklahoma, that see our content and they're like, oh wow, I can do that too. We have a 23-year-old attorney and she kills it. And I think she deserves more recognition than she has. And so that's kind of been fun to just see people get really excited about. And we've seen a lot of people kind of find out about Cain Law because of content with her and with other attorneys in the office, because me coming from a non-legal background, I just have this perception of attorneys to be pretty serious and intimidating. And so showing this side of, their personality, and they're actually all really fun and easygoing and can laugh quite a bit. That's just what I like to show to the viewers who are intimidated to step into a law office and think, I don't need to worry about a court case, or I don't need to, get this car accident looked into, just because of the fact that it's an intimidating process. So it kind of peels back those layers and just shows like, hey, we're humans too, and they're super kind human beings that are also attorneys and also really good at their job. So that's been really fun to just see people respond well to it.
So when you say age group, I guess you're talking under 40, under 35, 20 to 35, 20, yeah.
Yes. We're kind of seeing Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as like the age breakdown,
okay.
From high to low.
Yeah. And y'all were doing stuff before, but it was more like informational.
Yeah, educational.
Yeah, certainly more formal. And, we were getting, a few views, few likes, just it wasn't getting much traction. I'm sure people, saw it, but it compared to what Payton's put out there, one of them's close to 600,000 views with Alyssa, who's the young attorney that she's talking about in our office. And then I think, Alyssa and another attorney have another one that's like 350,000 views. So, I think the thing that we're going to try to do is kind of keep the more fun, lighthearted posts out there, and then sprinkle in the informational, more legal content as we go and as we grow followers as well. That's kind of our thought process going forward.
Yeah, it's sort of like a branding play. Like what you're doing is, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but sounds like what you're trying to do is get people to start following you. And then after you get them following you, but you got to have the hook to get them to push the button, right? And then once you do that, then you can start still sprinkling in other stuff. But the deal is it's a great branding play because they get ingrained. And so when they do get in a wreck or somebody gets in a wreck, they're going to be top of mind. And I think the other thing it does is that it makes you more approachable. And there's been studies done. I remember a study done about 15 years ago that said the two biggest things about a person watching these TV lawyers on TV was approachability and trust. If they could convey that across, they had 10 times better chance of somebody picking up the phone calling them than if they didn't. So it seems like to me what you're doing with that is this whole game plan, whether it's intentional or not, is you're creating approachability, that you're not a stuffy, stiff shirt, stiff collar lawyer that's intimidating, but also when you sprinkle in these other ones, it shows that you know what you're doing. And I love the in pain call Cain. That's classic. And that's the other thing. People got to remember you. And so you got something catchy for them to remember, right? 100%. What is it? They got to know you, like you, trust you, and they got to remember you. And so you've got it all covered. So I think it's when I heard this, one of your lawyers was telling me about it on the Q. We have a monthly Q&A. Actually, I got one at 1:00 today. And they were telling me about this. I said, anybody got anything they want to share? And they were telling me about 600,000, 350,000 views. I said, do you mind sharing this? Because I said, this is what lawyers need to hear, because I'm like you, Monty. I know it's there. I just don't really like social media. Let's be honest with you. Personally, I don't like it, but it's part of the mix, and you got to reach different demographics. And she said, 20-year-olds get in car wrecks just like 60-year-olds do. That's the thing about our ideal client is they span from 16 years old to 100 years old. We just don't know.
Yeah, and I think the traditional marketing is just not touching that group very well. And I don't even think it's just, even the social media posts that we're putting out that was more informational, more formal, those weren't touching very well. But even on TV, they're streaming. You're not catching them on TV anymore, or even on radio. They're listening to their own music on their own phone or podcasts or something of that nature. So it's really, we're trying to find them where they're at. And I think, the ideal client is not just a demographic, but it's somebody that's been in a car wreck, and the ones that are 16 to 35 getting car wrecks too. And we just weren't really, I think, reaching them very well. And this is a piece that obviously I think we're missing, and I think it's really gaining some traction. This past month we just had our largest sign up new clients that we've ever had. And so this has just been building over time. And I think this is a piece of it. I think our billboards and then our branding within Payton called Cain has helped tremendously as well. And so got a lot of things working, and they're working well. But they just need to keep me off of the videos. Mine don't get as much traction as the younger lawyers do. So anyway, so I'll keep my exposure to a minimum on this.
So tell me the ones I'm interested. I mean, you got to do it verbatim. I mean, kind of give me a synopsis of these two posts you did that got like 600,000, 350,000 and out of Oklahoma.
Yeah. Honestly, they were following trends, so social media trends that we found on TikTok, and we applied it to the law firm world. And so we had both that were kind of making jokes about a younger attorney with, as they call them, baby attorneys, and the way that they interact with other people in the office. And I think people really responded to that. People tagged their friends from all over the country, like, oh my gosh, because people are experiencing that's relatable to them in their situation. And so it almost connects us in a way to the female lawyer audience is kind of where we've seen the most traction. So people have just found that's really
funny.
just
some back. I mean, the facts on they were holding up signs to their supervisor, which is the older attorney, saying, we need help through his window, and he's going like, no, don't have time. They're going, please. So anyway, it was pretty funny, and that was the one that got about, I think it's in the 350,000 mark, and then the other one was something from Mean Girls, wasn't it?
Yeah,
or something like that. And so
it was Alyssa just trying to explain, like, hey, I'm a cool boss. She's 23, so it's just funny that she has that dynamic of getting to be in charge of people that are older than her, but it's just something that people.
And Ken, you're probably like me. I hadn't watched Mean Girls, so I didn't really get it, but the younger crowd has seen it, and it was the taking off of some kind of dialogue that happened in Mean Girls, and that she's the cool mom, I guess is what they used in that, and she's using that as a parlay. I'm the cool boss, So anyway, but that one's only got 600 or close to 600,000 views, so it's just been tearing it up. I mean, we only got probably a little over 1 million people in Oklahoma City area, so that's crazy numbers.
It is. So if somebody wants to go look at these, what's the best way for them to go see them?
Yeah, absolutely. I post them across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and then sometimes LinkedIn. But Instagram is where they're the most, visible. So it's Cain Law, CAINLAWOKC. It's where you
OKC, yeah, Oklahoma City. So I was just thinking, our social media girl used to talk to me about trends all the time. I kind of understood it, didn't understand it, but so is that mostly where you're getting your ideas from, or are you taking? See, with AI now, I would say, okay, this is the trends. I'd go to Claude or Chat or Gemini and say, give me some ideas of something funny. That's wondering, have you done that, or are you going to do that?
I absolutely have, yes. I've taken advantage of Chat and just giving me, because they do give you great strategies as well. Like, you need to be consistent. You need to be posting once or twice a day and make sure that you're interacting with your followers. So not just posting, but are you liking other law firms' posts? All that plays a part in the algorithm. And so not only is it the post, but also what you're doing with that account. And so I think, like, even being locally interactive as far as like other OKC businesses where you can comment, and then, say that OKC business has 100,000 followers. Well, all their followers are going to see Cain Law on the comment. So it is another great free resource, I think, to gain exposure.
So who does all this comment? Because I would think, or have you created a bot to do it? I don't know. I'm just asking.
No bots yet. But as far as captions or ideas, or what do you mean?
Like commenting on other businesses, or commenting on when people make comments to your videos. Who's doing that?
Yeah, that's just me on my end.
Okay, because I know Monty ain't gonna have time to do
it. Yeah.
Or the inclination.
I wouldn't know what to say either. So it's better that I stay off of those things. So anyway.
Yeah.
I think you and I are probably aligned on that. Let's keep us off the social media. So
yeah. I always say I got a radio face, so I need to stay off of any kind of filming. But that's interesting that you went to ChatGPT and say, lay it out for me. And this is what I'm trying. Because any kind of marketing deal, you need to have what's your objective? I mean, is it branding? Is it the people to pick up the phone and call? I mean, what is the reason behind what you're doing, not just doing it to do it? I mean, so I think that's cool. I think that's thoughtful. That's intentional. And I think that's smart. So what you got to worry about, Monty, is somebody trying to steal her now,
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody stay away from it.
Yeah. And we gave a false name, by the way. That's not a real name. So
yeah, there you go.
Thank goodness.
But no, it's I just find this interesting. And I think people ask, how can you combat the 800-pound gorillas? Doing stuff like this that's basically free. And I guess if something starts really doing good, do you boost it? Do you pay a little money and boost it?
The good thing is we actually haven't. So we've just noticed the ones that are boosted are more like, looking for like hiring, for instance, like just trying to get local reach there. But yeah, these have been super, like Instagram algorithm just took it away, which was awesome. So
That's great. That's great. But no, I think I appreciate you sharing this. I mean, but like I said, this is the kind of stuff that I just think this is how you combat, the market. You've got to be everywhere to everyone.
Yeah, it's just another funnel to try to drive traffic to the firm, and it's an area over the years that has grown, and we just haven't done a great job of connecting with it, and I think this is helping us do that. And I think it's something that a lot of firms aren't doing, so it's fairly that space isn't real crowded, like say the digital, or the TV or the radio, even billboards, those are all pretty crowded. So this area, even though there's still a lot of people on it, it still is not near as crowded as those other lanes, in my opinion. So, and it's an area that we need to reach that we haven't been reaching, and I think it's showing in the results in the signed cases that we've had. Just in the last 4 or 5 months, we've had, I think, 3 or 4 record signups. So it's just this is a piece of it, and probably not all of it, but it's certainly helped, and just super excited to see where it can go from here, because we're just getting started on it. So it's fun, and it, like you said, it's really, the staff really enjoys it, the attorneys are enjoying it, and it just helps create the culture of having a little bit more fun and not being quite as serious about everything, and also trying to get that out to the public as well, and make them feel comfortable to come see us, and the branding part of it as well, and trying to gain followers. So it just seems to be working so far. So we'll hopefully keep with it, and she's just killing it right now. So that's all I can say.
Well, all I can say is congratulations, and keep up the good work. The last thing I want to say is I think this shows that doing this stuff in-house is better, but you got to have somebody dedicated to it if you can afford it, because somebody younger, not somebody mine and your age, Monty.
Right.
Somebody that understands this and understands the audience you're trying to reach, because they don't even know what a phone book is. I mean,
I know what a phone book is. Don't worry.
But yeah, it's everything changes, evolves, and you got to evolve with it. You got to adapt. You got to pivot. I mean, I remember I was spending $625,000 a year on phone book ads, and in 2005 I went to 30,000 and took all that 600,000 and divided on TV and digital, and got more cases because people.
That's kind of when it started switching to the digital side. Yeah.
I mean, you just have to evolve. What's always worked will not always work sometimes.
I agree with you 100% on you need a dedicated person, because we literally have tried to kind of do something similar for the last 4 or 5 years, and we just never had the time or somebody dedicated to handle it. It was either the attorneys trying to help, and then some of the the staff that were, handling cases, trying to help, and everybody's busy. So we never did get it off the ground, and we're consistent with it. And that's one great thing about having Payton. That's, one of her dedicated jobs, and she's just been very consistent with it, and just going around and got an idea and say, hey, I need you, and you, and we're gonna make a quick video. It's not, real expensive, high production with a, expensive camera or anything like that. In the past, I always like, well, okay, we got to have this super, very nicely produced thing. And actually I think you don't need that. And you just need to get out there and be authentic, so.
Yeah, that's the key. I got, I don't know if you know Mo DeWitt from Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
He's in John Morgan's back door, and he signed up loads of cases, and he does no TV, but he does a load of social media. So that shows you that he's going up against, there's another big advertiser, Newland. Them guys are spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on TV and billboards. And he doesn't do any of that, but he's still signing up close to 100 cases a month in Orlando. So it can be done. He's going to be at the summit. He's going to be speaking and sharing that.
Oh,
so,
okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So if anybody out there listening, if this goes on before the summit, come see him. Hopefully you'll be there, Monty.
San Antonio, right? This year?
Yeah. Not that far from you, really.
No, it's very, San Antonio's cool venue. So
yeah. We're doing it on the Riverwalk at the Hyatt. Yeah.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. And until next time, this is Ken Hardison, dedicated your success.
All right. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
In pain, call Cain.
You have been listening to the Grow Your Law Firm podcast, the podcast that leads lawyers to more growth, profit, and freedom. Go to growyourlawfirm.com to find more ways to market and manage your law firm. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcasts.